That concludes the questions. At this time, we'll get the closing statements, again 2 minutes each, and we'll lead off with Chris.
Those are pretty broad questions, and a lot of times they're vague on them because you're going to need more time to answer them. And for selfish reasons, I have things I wanted to work in there so that you would understand. But my name is Chris Caucus. I'm running for the first congressional. I'm running for the first congressional for a lot of different reasons. I didn't set out to become a politician. I've accidentally been training for this job. Okay. I've been out there and I've proved myself out in the field with no money, with no name, with very little resources. I've been able to do historical things. And now I want to come back and I want to do them here in the Lowcountry. And I want them for different reasons. I mentioned earlier that a lot of my opponents are, they're going to go from one job and they're climbing that ladder. I climbed my ladder up there by showing you the results first. Not asking you to trust me and elect me. I've already showed you what I'm capable of. And how 5 years ago I'm carving wood as an artist in the Lowcountry, in Mount Pleasant. And then the day I'm in and out of the Oval Office, the president returns my call in 24 hours. I've expanded the Republican Party. I've introduced legislation. I've got relationships all across Washington. Any of my opponents or any opponents in this country, in the country, they're going to have to go in there and spend 3 to 5 terms to have the relationships I've already got in place. And not to mention the Bikers for Trump and the hundreds of thousands of members. It's a PAC now. When I dissolve that PAC, when I win, and I'm walking through the halls of Congress, and they know I've got 300 or so thousand political activists behind me that have already swung elections, I'm going to have the power of a senior member in many cases, because they're going to want those bikers and those political activists out there working for them and helping swing their elections. And they won't get it unless I get my way, and my way is helping the Lowcountry. I'm not doing this for any other reason than because this is where I live, this is where my home is. I've been offered big jobs on K Street lobbying. I've been offered jobs on national news spots to have my own show. I'm not motivated by that. I want to come back to the Lowcountry. I want to raise the bar, move the needle, and I want to serve you. Thank you.
Again, thank you for having me here. I greatly appreciate it, and it's been a pleasure being up here with you. I told you at the beginning, and I told you midway through, I am the Liberty candidate, and I still believe that, and I hope you believe that, and I want you to believe that, because our liberty is at stake here in the United States, and it's at stake here in the 1st District. My plan is simple. It's reducing government influence on our daily lives, giving more responsibility back to the states, and giving more responsibility back to the citizen, because you know better than any bureaucrat or any elected official in D.C., like educating your children. You know better how to educate your children, and you should be able to educate your children. Homeschool, private school, Catholic school, church school, whatever. That's your decision. The localities and the state know far more better what our children need than some bureaucrat in D.C. There was a passage I wanted to share with you. I'm sure everybody knows John Locke. This is from years ago. He's talking about liberty. For liberty is to be free from restraint and violence from others, which cannot be where there is no law. It is not, as we are told, a liberty for every man to do what he lists. Folks, liberty is at our core. We just want to be able to survive, succeed, raise a family, maybe own a house, and live our life. To do that, we have to be able to have the liberty of life to live in happiness. Again, my name is Mike Covert. I ask you to go to MikeCovertForCongress.com. That's MikeCovertForCongress.com. My cell phone is on there. I answer my own phone. My email's on there. I answer all my own emails. And I look forward to talking with you. Again, MikeCovertForCongress.com. Thank you again, and I ask for your vote.
Everyone, thank you so much for coming here tonight and listening to all of us, and thank you again for this opportunity to the Republican Liberty Caucus. My name is Kathy Landing, and I'm a candidate for the 1st District of South Carolina to Congress, and on June 9th, I need your support. I need your vote, and I need you to get your friends and family and neighbors and everybody else out there, because what we don't want to do is elect somebody who can't beat Joe. We need someone who can go toe to toe with someone who, although he votes in a way that goes against most of the people in this district's beliefs, he is an incumbent, and the TV makes him look pretty good. And so unfortunately, if they have any doubt at all, and another thing, by the way, is we're gonna have President Trump, and then depending on what happens, we might have Lindsey Graham or whatever, because we have Joe Reynolds here in the room. And then the next person is gonna be one of us that are candidates right now. And what we need is for people to look at that list and say, straight R. Because if they don't, if there's any doubt that that person is not the one they want, then suddenly they're gonna start picking and choosing, and most people don't do enough time research to pick every clerk of court, every sheriff's position, and every other one. We need someone that's strong enough to bring the party back together, to help you accomplish what we all wanna do, which is send Joe home. And we need to make sure that the person is ready. By the way, I just found out tonight for the first time in this entire campaign, 8 months so far for me, that I'm the oldest of the candidates. I did not know that. But I will tell you, in the words of Ronald Reagan, I will not let age be a factor in my beliefs. I will not let my opponent's youth and inexperience affect my But I do want to thank you so much. It's CathyLanding.com, Cathy with a K. June 9th, I need your vote. And if you're so inclined, I would love to have your support. I'm very, very thrifty, but I have to tell you, commercials do cost money. You won't be seeing me flame throwing or grenade throwing. That's not what I do. But I will be telling people what I can do and how I can listen and serve. Thank you.